Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Faith Brynels Insights Podcast. I'm Faith Brynel, and today we're just going to have a little bit of an overview about exams, about time management, and about a range of other things. So let's get stuck in without further ado. So yeah, just for those who are new, I know we've had some new listeners in some new countries recently, so welcome to all of you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well. I know I haven't podcasted in a while. It's just been quite busy recently, but here I am just to set a little bit of context as to where I've been again, and also speak to you a little bit about the offering of Faith Brynels Insights and something very new created called the Faith Brynels Design Studio, which launched last week. So I just want to kind of talk to you about that, the rebrand there as well. So yeah, welcome to Faith Brynels Insights, where we delve into the stories and the journeys of exceptional individuals making an impact. I'm your host, Faith Brynel, and today I'm very excited to share my personal journey with you. As an aspiring barrister, entrepreneur, and tutor, I'm going to discuss a few of the things that I do as well, a few of the challenges I face, some of the lessons I've learned, and the passion really that fuels my ambition to become a barrister. So yeah, let me just speak a little bit about myself as well, because I know a lot of you have been asking me to do day in the life, which I will be doing very shortly, so don't worry. So my background and inspiration, first of all, I'm giving God thanks for everything I've achieved to date. Giving God thanks for my parents as well, all those who have supported me along the way. I think for me, and it's going to be very the cliche kind of sentence starter, but from a young age, I've really been driven by a passion for justice and aiding others. In fact, my journey toward becoming a barrister stems from the desire for me to make an impact really in the legal sphere, to help people who hitherto haven't had access to justice, to really help people who are kind of struggling in any certain sector as well, and those people who need to have their issues dealt with but don't necessarily know or have the capital to do that. And so for me, entrepreneurship, I never always thought I'd be an entrepreneur. I knew my sister Bethany, she's very entrepreneurial, so please do check out her podcast as well, so you can follow her. I'm just going to find her Instagram and her TikTok. So it's Bethany Chloe P on Instagram, and she speaks about her journey. Let me see, have a look. So Bethany underscore Chloe P, and she says 20 business student living with 7 diagnoses, turning sickness into a strength. And she's got TikTok at Bethany Chloe P as well. And she's also going to have a YouTube coming soon, some very inspirational content. So please do check her out, and I'll add her information into the bio as well. So yeah, entrepreneurship for me, I did take business at GCSE, but I never really thought I'd have a business until I got to King's College London in the pandemic 2020. I had some challenges where I was bullied, unfortunately, but I was able to stand up for myself, and things got resolved. And it begged the question for me, what about other people who are being bullied? What about other people who have imposter syndrome, who were stuck really in their situation? And so it really helped me to, create this business called Faith Brynels Insights, where Faith Brynel, are giving insights based on my personal experience, my personal journey. And so, yeah, so really, entrepreneurship for me, I started to identify opportunities to really innovate, provide solutions to a problem, to help young people and students who are struggling with mental health issues, struggling with imposter syndrome, those who are stuck in a fixed mindset and want to shift into a growth mindset as well. Additionally, I'd say tutoring through Logos with Midland CIC, which is my dad's company, has been very rewarding because I've been able to work with different people from different backgrounds, different age groups, different cultures as well. And it's really been a rewarding experience to see students who hitherto weren't too confident in their studies, in their ability, now become more confident, have their grades increase as well, which is really important. And so actually, if anyone's interested in tutoring or being tutored, do head into the link in my bio to www.logoswithmidlandcic.com and contact Gilbert on the number provided online. So yeah, navigating the path to becoming a barrister. Yeah, let's just get straight into that. So for me, as I said, I am an aspiring barrister. It's been a very interesting journey. So I started off, I think the passion for law birthed at college in King Edward's College in Stourbridge, where I did law A level. I started to really grow. I started to really develop a passion for studying law, and then I applied to Oxford. Unfortunately, I didn't get into Oxford because at the time I wasn't aware of the LNAT that I had to do, so I did it quite late. However, now looking back to it, I'm glad I didn't get in because I was able to go and read politics at King's. And actually, if I hadn't, obviously, because God allows everything and God has a hand in everything as well. And for me, I realised that, going to read politics at King's College London was really eye-opening because, as my dad would say, it allowed me to be exposed to different perspectives on the same issue. So, for example, if you take Brexit, studying Brexit from a legal perspective is different to studying Brexit from a political perspective, from a social perspective, from a healthcare perspective. And so being able to have a look at two different perspectives simultaneously was really interesting for me as well. And being able to delve into concepts such as EU law, looking at climate change, looking at, different types of, political groups, from feminism to, to Marxism, etc. Really delving into different concepts and ideas, and and really studying key dichotomy between ideas as well, and looking at the fundamentals of politics was really interesting. And I know that undoubtedly it will shape the barrister that I will become. And also for me, really studying a course at King's College London was really enjoyable. I know I feel like I don't talk about it enough because a lot of people ask me about tips as well. Moving to London was initially quite challenging, as I said, being bullied and having to navigate through that. But I was resilient, and I give God thanks for the strength as well. I just continued. I continued to have a very, very good journey. As I said, there are always challenges, there are always difficulties, but it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And so obviously, even though initially I started off in the pandemic, things were quite difficult, I was able, with the help of God, to navigate through as well. And that's why my favourite scripture is Philippians 4:13 comes in, which says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. And so for me, yeah, studying at King's College London was really enjoyable. Actually, as I said, I really love the hustle and bustle of the London life, taking the tube every day, having going to study areas. And King's has a wonderful campus, several wonderful libraries: the Morn Library, the Franklin Wilkins Library. I loved going to other study areas as well. I loved going to different campuses. So I started off on the Strand campus, and then I moved to the Waterloo campus. And one day I trotted across to the Guy's campus as well, and was able just to do like a fitness class. And so they even have the Be Active program, which is free for those who are in accommodation. And that was good because every Wednesday and Saturday I was playing badminton. Again, that was quite a good social sport as well, making friends, and contacting and really engaging with different people who you might not have even engaged with hitherto. And so that was quite interesting as well. And really just, as I said, becoming independent, starting to budget for myself, do my own grocery shopping, starting to just form that kind of student life as well, which is really interesting. And again, I think for me, what really came to the forefront there was the skills for study that I learned in Edgbaston High School for Girls. That was a really good foundation for skills for study. And I think what was really important as well was, looking at the importance of time management. I just want to pivot here and just say to those who are going through or have gone through challenges, don't let your issues define you, don't let your challenges define you, but rise above, because you are able to do it. And it might not seem easy. That's why the mantra is, it's not an event, it's a journey, because it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next week, but it will happen. And I think for me as well, especially speaking to those who've been bullied before, and I did do a talk about this, and I was saying that in secondary school and Baton High School, I was bullied as well. But I didn't really stand up for myself because I wasn't that confident in myself and what I brought to the table. But by the time I got to King's College London, I was able to stand up for myself because, again, it's not an event, it's a journey. And so what I think is really, really important, obviously in EHS there were times I did stand up for myself, but on the whole, as I said, no one wakes up tomorrow and and becomes what they want to be. Obviously, you see that in movies where you go to bed and you wake up as you want to be, but that's not life. And life is it's a journey, it's not an event. And so every day you get stronger, every day you get more confident, every day you are fighting against those things that you are dealing with, and every day you every day you are one step closer to your destiny. So I just want to encourage you all there in that respect. And I thought, really thinking about things that are kind of academic things, so networking was really good as well. Networking, especially because if you're going to go to university, you need to really get involved with different societies, get involved with different. I know I joined the KCL UNA Society, the King's College London United Nations Association, which is very interesting. I was awarded a certificate for, I think it was. Something about the learning quickly as well. So I think I think yes, it was the most improved award, which was lovely to get in my first year. And then I joined a book club and other clubs as well, which really helped me again to become more social, get out there as well, but also build on my CV. Networking as well is really key, because while studying at King's College London, especially in my second and third years, first year was kind of adjusting, and then second year I started to go to different careers fairs held by King's in conjunction, in partnership with other law firms, etc., for law. And then I started to see the careers team as well. There's a great careers team at King's where you have one-to-ones about your career. Then in third year, I went to Clifford Chance. I went to other events as well through different organisations, and started to network, and again getting more speakers for the podcast as well, and building the FBI brand as well. And yes, I think networking, and also I went to Gray's Inn, which is one of the Inns of Court for barristers, and I was able to actually get onto a scheme called part of the ComBar Association, the Commercial Bar Association, and I was given a mentor who is a King's Counsel, and it was really great to have those sessions as well and delve into some intricacies of the role. So yeah, entrepreneurship as well. I think for me, I am an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm a student. Yes, I'm an aspiring barrister. But I also do have some free time where I like to go to church. I like to hang out with some friends, hang out with family. I like to draw. I'm not a Picasso, but we don't have to be great at everything. And I do like podcasting, as I said before. And I do enjoy going for a walk. I'm back at the gym now, which is nice. So there's different things to do. And really in entrepreneurship, I'm really so Faith Brynels Insights has been kind of running since 2020. And actually recently, here's the announcement. So we had an Etsy called Faith Brynels Insights, and I was just thinking to myself, I think we need a rebrand. And the Lord gave me the Faith Brynels Design Studio. So that's now available at faithbdesignstudio.etsy.com. And we sell there, and there we sell digital resources as well, and study aids, and we do study worksheets and things to help you, because it's one thing obviously to have the podcast, but now we're going to sell some study aids to help you with time management, study aids to help you. So hitherto we did actually sell notebooks, but I wanted to get into the digital as well, to try and reduce my carbon footprint, but also to try and reach those as well. So we even had someone from Australia come and buy a poster online via Etsy. So again, those digital products as well are easy for anybody to access and to purchase, and they're quite cheap as well. The average worksheet's around about $2.40 or so, and you get a couple of versions in that as well. So yes, being an entrepreneur is great. It's a great experience. It's really about the potential to really affect positive change, and trusting the Lord to bring ideas to fruition. It allows me to explore my creativity. It allows me to really help and impact a number of people as well. So yes, as I said, we have the podcast, we have the Faith Be Design Studio, we have the events that we run as well, we have the resources that we sell, the speaking engagements that I do. And so, yeah, please do get involved. Please do follow us at Faith Be Insights, and you can follow the Faith Be Design Studio on TikTok and on Instagram. So let me just turn that down. So Faith Brynels Insights on TikTok, and then on Instagram it's the Faith Be Design Studio, and there you'll see a wonderful video of me setting the context about what it is. So creative posters and study aids designed by me, a King's College London graduate, and I've also just put in one of our exam prep sheets as well for you to have a look at. So yes, that's where we are. And I just want to really talk about tutoring. Tutoring for me, as I've said before, has been very fulfilling. It's very interesting. I love doing it. I love witnessing people, grow and be successful. I think for me, it complements what else I'm doing, because I'm able to, I actually tutor someone. I tutor someone specifically on skills to study, because I really think it's important to really get that across as well. It helps to enhance communication skills, and really I think on your CV, let's just talk about building your CV for a second. Building your CV is very important. Building your CV with volunteering, I've done volunteering before. Building your CV with other internships, with work experience. Building your CV with other things that you really think would complement. Now, not everything has to be in that particular sector, but it's about thinking about transferable skills. What is a transferable skill? It's a skill that can be transferred, that can be transferred or applied to a different sector, even if it wasn't in the sector of your career choice. So for example, I used to work as a barista, so from barista to barrister, so to speak, and I learned the key tenets, the key aspects of customer service, serving people, using a till system. Those kind of things will help me engage with clients. It helps me engage with students. It helps me engage with my interns as well, and people from different backgrounds and things like that as well. And I think for me, it's about balance. When people become burnt out physically and emotionally, it's because they lack a balance. Balance is important, and it hasn't always been easy to achieve. And some days you've got to try and really push yourself to have a break as well, because you want to have that balance. So balancing multiple roles, for example, for myself, being a student, an entrepreneur, I'm trying to have free time as well, being a podcaster and being a public speaker. You really want to have boundaries. For example, I prioritize self-care and downtime to prevent burnout as well. So as I said, podcasting, reading a book. I'm currently reading James Clear, Atomic Habits. I stopped and started reading the book, but I'm determined to finish it this time because, as I said, I was studying for law, so there's a lot of reading there. I like doing Bible study. I like listening to godly messages from different individuals. I like, as I said, walking around town with friends, having some quality time with family, and spending time with my grandparents. So things like that I think is really important to prevent burnout. I think even just watching something on Netflix, watching something on Prime Video, obviously I'm not encouraging procrastination, but I'm encouraging taking a break and being realistic as well. And also, I think what's really important, what I do is I like to help other people become organized. So actually, one of the services we offer is mentorship, so people can pay for mentorship. And we've had some clients recently as well coming and sitting down with myself and really talking about what they're going through and looking at some avenues by ways to kind of combat those issues as well. And I think what it also does, it helps you to embrace your passions, find harmony, and be resilient. I think resilience is very, very important. And actually, there's a quote I just want to mention by Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite authors. He's a New York Times bestseller. He's written books such as Outliers, The Tipping Point Moment. There's so many great books. Let me just pick out a couple. I'm going to type them in so I can get them right. So Outliers is really good. The Tipping Point, he does one on David and Goliath. He does other ones that are really, really impactful. They're poignant and they're really, really beneficial to your psyche as well. And so he says achievement is talent plus preparation. And I love that because that really embodies what we push here at FBI. And that's actually a quote that's actually been used on our Instagram. And so I really, really do want to emphasize that achievement is talent plus preparation. And again, it's not an event, it's a journey. Whatever you're going through, you can achieve, you can make, you are worthy enough to succeed. I find what's important as well is journaling, writing things down. So from pen to paper, as my dad would say, really get those thoughts down as well. We do sell journals. If anybody's interested, on Amazon, type in Faith Brynels Insights. I know they've been very popular recently with students as well. So write down what you're thinking, write down and navigate through those challenges as well. And I think when you look back, you'll realize how resilient you are. I think sometimes we beat ourselves up before we can even succeed. And I think it's really important that we all really value what we bring to the table, because everybody brings a different skill to the table. And so when I'm forming a team, I look for people who bring different skills. There's no point having everybody being the same. It's good to be different in terms of the skills that you bring to the table. So thank you for joining me once again on the Faith Brynels Insights Podcast. This is a how-to podcast, a podcast in the education category, a podcast really that helps you to really love yourself, helps to boost your self-confidence, helps to help you to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset as well. So thank you for tuning in. Again, I hope that my journey and my reflections have inspired you to pursue your passions and ambitions. I hope that you've started to understand a little bit more about what I've gone through and how I've had to trust in the Lord, how I've had to navigate through a lot of difficult situations, but through it all I've learned to trust in the Lord. And for you as well, find that thing, find that person, find that quote that really pushes you to be the best you can be. For me, I have my biblical scripture, I have the Lord. For you, it's to find something or a quote or whatever it might be to really push you. What is that catalytic moment that can push you from A to B? And so if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe here on YouTube at Faith Brynels Insights, subscribe on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. And also, please leave a review, share it with friends, stay inspired, stay committed to your dreams. Until next time, remember, it's not an event, it's a journey, and your journey can and will begin now. Thank you. Bye, everybody.